would love to say I'm one of those people who wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning, does a workout before the sun rises, jumps into an ice bath, and is done with their morning routine by 7 or 8 a.m. But I have found that having a solid morning routine really sets the tone for the rest of my day. Helps me feel more grounded, more focused, and like I'm putting myself first before anything else. From the time I wake up to moving my body, making breakfast, and getting to work, even though I keep things pretty simple and realistic. Following through with my morning rituals helps charge me up for whatever's ahead in my day. So here is my realistic 7 a.m. morning routine. Now, I think we can all agree that the winter months are probably the hardest time to wake up early, but I'm really trying my best to wake up around 7 to 7:30 in the morning. Like most people, the first thing I do as soon as I get out of bed, we gotta get the bed made, and I also open up my blinds in the morning because I like to see morning light as soon as I wake up. So exposing yourself to natural light as soon as possible when you wake up is key. And then I do the usual, like everyone. I do my business in the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and I usually don't wash my face with a cleanser depending on my evening skincare, but most of the time it's just cold water to wake me up. And since I am doing a workout this morning, I'm just gonna go in with a light moisturizer because we're gonna take a shower later, and that's when we will do our serious skincare routine. And I also really love sleeping with my hair braided because especially if I just wash my hair the evening before, I love using a lot of texturizing, moisturizing hair products, and keeping it braided really lets all the products work and get in my hair. And the waves slowly get tamer and tamer through the week, but keep my hair looking really nice, and I don't have to worry about styling it at all. It's only been the last month or so that I've been consistently working out again, and it's been feeling so good, but I have found that most of the time setting aside time in the morning to exercise, either on my own at the gym or signing up for a workout class, is always better than an evening workout. This is obviously different for everybody, but for me, I love getting it out of the way early in the morning so that the workout and having to get it done doesn't hang over my head the whole day, and I'm just really getting in touch with myself before anything else comes in mind. Trust me, I get it. It is very cold in New York City right now, and sometimes the last thing I want to do is get ready for a workout and head outside. But we are not letting that stop us from getting out there. Some days I sign up for an 8 a.m. workout class, which fits perfectly into my morning routine. But other days I just head over to my gym and do a workout on my own. But on days that it's slightly less cold and I want to get some extra points, I head out for a morning run. If I do get myself out on a run, even when it's cold, I always feel so incredibly good, and I would say even inspired, as it's a special opportunity to interact with the city and feel its energy, even though it itself is still waking up. Even if it's not convenient in the wintertime, trust me, I get it. Getting to go outside early in the morning always has a positive effect on my disposition. I feel extra accomplished and good about myself for pushing through the discomfort and getting out there, breathing in the morning air, and it just feels really good and sets the tone for the rest of the day. And of course, it goes without saying, I get right into the shower as I get home from my workout. I don't wash my hair every day, as I said before, usually only once or twice a week, but I try to get in and out of the shower pretty quickly. And this is when I do my real skincare routine, which changes all the time depending on the time of the year and what products I'm using. Usually in the wintertime, I go for a heavier and more just moisturizing products as my skin tends to get a little bit dry. Now onto breakfast, which, like my workouts and like my skincare, changes very often and almost every day. I've lately been loving oatmeal in the morning as it's so fast, it's super comforting on a cold day, and it keeps me full for a very long time. I would say I do try to get in a good amount of protein in the morning through eggs, or yogurt or adding protein powder to my oats because I don't want to spike up my blood sugar, as this is like the first thing that I'm eating in the morning. So I always try to pair some type of protein before I have my oats or my carbs of the day. And since by this time it's already around 9 a.m. or so, I try my best to keep breakfast pretty quick and not overly complicated. Okay, got my breakfast and my water, gotta keep hydrated. And then I'm actually gonna take my vitamins too. This year, I promise I'm going to leave my hair alone. I am in the process this year of getting my hair back to being all natural, all my own, because I still have like a good chunk of hair that is like bleached underneath. So I'm growing out my hair. And I've actually in the last month been taking these vitamins. These are Nutrafol Women, and they're kindly sponsoring today's video, but I've been taking it for a month. It takes about 3 to 6 months for you to start seeing results, and this has been clinically proven. I've heard about Nutrafol from so many people. What I love is that it's 100% drug-free, so all the ingredients in here are like minerals, vitamins, natural ingredients, and it's super easy to remember because you just take it with breakfast every morning. Even though I've only been taking it for a month, I'm super excited to see and show you guys the hair growth results because I've heard wonders, and I just can't wait to cut off like all the fried dead ends of my hair. And on top of helping with hair growth, it also makes your hair visibly thicker, which I know we all want. You're also gonna see less hair shedding, and your hair will just grow faster and longer and super strong. And I know that there's some of you that are definitely like, yeah, I could probably take care of my hair a little bit more and take my hair health more seriously. So if that's you, you guys can use the link in my description to either get $50 off of a 3-month supply or $106 off of a 6-month supply. That is also a great way to stay consistent because in like anything, working out, taking care of ourselves, this is also something that you have to do for an extended period of time of 3 to 6 months or beyond to see a change. So thank you, Nutrafol. After breakfast, where I do try really hard to not be on my phone while I'm eating, so I'll either read a few pages of my book or I'll listen to a podcast. But after that, I clean up the kitchen. I try to make sure that my space is nice and clean and I never leave dishes in the sink. I try. I don't always succeed. And then right before I get to work, I make myself a coffee. I'm either making a black coffee in my French press, or sometimes I'll make a black tea with some milk. And other days when I'm feeling a little bit more fancy, I'll make myself a matcha latte with some almond milk. And if I'm working from home that day, this is pretty much when I will sit down with my coffee or my beverage of choice and open up my laptop and get to work. There's different things that I do every day, whether it's having to answer some emails, doing my own scheduling, planning a video, editing a video, working on a podcast, recording a voiceover like I'm doing right now, having a meeting with my agent. I can pretty much do all this work from anywhere, and most of the time I do it from home. But there are days that I want to get out of the house and I don't want to be in my apartment anymore and just be part of the world with the people of New York City. So on those days, I put on a little bit of makeup after I finish my breakfast and I get dressed in real clothes. I am really lucky that I get to work from pretty much anywhere, and it truly depends on the day and how I'm feeling and how much work that I have to get done. But I love getting to work outside of my apartment, getting to put on an outfit and see other people's faces and be part of society. So that pretty much concludes my morning routine. This is where I just end up working for hours and hours and hours and hours and putting in the work on videos like the one you're watching right now. And that pretty much concludes my morning routine from the time I wake up to move my body, making my breakfast, and getting to work. I truly think it's such a game changer to actually wake up early enough to have time and make time for your morning rituals that make you feel good, whatever that looks like for you. If it's going to a yoga class, if it's just doing some stretching for yourself, if it's reading a few pages of your favorite book, like making time for intentional habits that are simply dedicated to ourselves and not to a bigger goal can make such a difference in how we approach our work and our job and everything else that we have to do. So I highly recommend you do the same, and I hope this video resonated with you and inspired you a little bit. So I'll see you guys next time.